Okay, getting back into our Jeep motors. Pretty excited to get into these. We have a lot of 9 Jeep motors out here, and all we do is future stuff is going to be Jeep. So, anyway, it's out of a 81 CJ. It's got 76,000 miles on it. You can actually tell by looking at this motor that the miles are lower on it. It might be a little worn looking as far as paint and stuff that's on it. Although I don't know if that paint was ever on its stock anyway. But you can tell just by just the looks of it that it doesn't, it wasn't ever leaking any oil, anything like that. All these did come out of vehicles that were running and driving. Our business is parts, not fixing them. We pull them apart so you can fix yours and whatnot. I don't know. I know when we had one of these listed a while back, they were asking me questions like if it was an F-head or if it was all this stuff, and I don't know all that stuff, but I'm hoping this video will give you a good visual as if you were here in person. So I'm going to go around this thing. It looks fairly stock, although that carburetor looks stock too, but I'm not positive on that. You might be able to tell me the difference. I think the location of where this guy is, this distributor here, might actually be the distinguishing factor on these, but I'll look into that a little bit more in case you don't know. And I'll make sure I put anything that I can find detail wise, because we do have stock numbers on these, so that's how I know the miles and whatnot. None of our engines that we sell as far as runners go they were all pulled out of vehicles that did run and drive. If the vehicle came in and wasn't running and driving, we sell those engines as cores. It's just easier for us to do it that way. So my name is Jeremy. Let me give you a little background. I owned a company called Highline 4x4, which is all a Wrangler, basically Wranglers and CJs. I did that for about 8 years, and recently was able to purchase Jeeps Unlimited, which here in Colorado is kind of the mecca of Jeep yards. My ambitions is the largest Jeep yard in the world, and I will hit that. I have some good people around me, and look, a lot of people want me to succeed in doing it. We got rust-free parts here, so that's awesome. Not only that, but take care of our people as best we can. Sometimes it's hard for us to answer the phone all the time, but speaking of phone, it's 303-666-9020. Here in a few weeks, you should be able to text that as well. What you see is what you get on this thing. And if you have anything else that you have questions on or something that I can help you, I would be more than happy to help do that. It's a 2.5 liter motor, 4-cylinder. It is really not meant for going into a newer Wrangler like the 91s and 92s, 93s. We do have a couple of those left. They do sell quickly. But no, it's not really meant just to put it into those. People ask me that all the time, and you could do it, but emissions-wise and that kind of stuff would probably not be good for it. These older motors are awesome. They're just they're like the Iron Block. Matter of fact, I think the Iron Duke is one of the names out of them, but I could be wrong about that too. Just now, really getting more into the CJ stuff as far as the CJ5s go. I've done mainly CJ7s and Wranglers. But anyway, my name is Jeremy, so if you don't need an engine, or you do, and you need other parts, we have every part you can possibly imagine. This is the mess I walked into when I bought this place back in October, and I'm just now getting to where I'm hanging our engines up. Good news is all of our engines always have been inside. They were in here on this interior rack. You can see the ones I haven't got to yet. So they were kept inside, and they'll be kept inside still, just on better racking and easier to get in and out of. We do ship these nationwide. Actually, we'll ship them worldwide. I can ship to any seaport out there. I would prefer, and you will too, because of the price, we can ship these pretty much anywhere for under $250. But if it goes to a residence and there's a lift gate, they charge us no matter what. Even if you think you could hoist this thing out with your own 2 hands or with a cherry picker or whatever, doesn't matter. They will hit us with a $120 fee, which you will pay. And I don't mean to be like, ass about that or anything, but we've had so many people tell me they have something on their end, and then what happens, our freight company bills us. So at this point, unless I get a billing address, business address, or loading dock, I will not ship it to you unless you pay the $120 up front. But the other option is, if you don't have that option, you don't want to pay the fee, there are usually terminals that are within reasonable distances. Sometimes they're right down the road from people. Other times they're an hour drive, but they're an hour drive in a direction you might go, or you may have to go down to town or whatnot. And we can ship those we can ship it there for that $250 price, or less than that even in some cases. This is a pretty small light motor, so it might be less than that. But if you do need, if you want the convenience of it being dropped right to your home, it's the 250 plus the 120, and that pretty much will get it anywhere in the U.S. In some areas, it's a little bit more in the out of the zoned areas and whatnot. But we've shipped enough of them. We had 12 of them go out just this week alone. So not this motor, of course, these types of motors, but other ones we sell. So if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, I would really encourage you to give us a call or shoot us a text message or email or whatever. There is a core fee. It's $150. Of course, you do not have to send your core back to us. You can just pay the fee on it. I usually don't charge core fees on non-Jeep stuff, but because this is a Jeep and that's the name of the game for us, as we would like to get our cores back if we can, and whatnot. And if not, if it's too much of a headache, then it's no problem. It's just the 150 core. If you do call us directly versus going through eBay, there's always extra promotions and sales. We save the fees, so we pass the savings on to you, and whatnot. So I think that takes care of it. I appreciate you taking the time. Thank you.